Croissop help to the games under £15 PSN sale. You can save over £360 on the games I've found for you, and maybe you'll find some cool games as well. So subscribe if you like the sound of that and you want to save money on games in the future. You're welcome here anytime. In any case, this sale ends on the 16th of March, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. Our first game is 1111 Memories Retold. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on an 84% discount for the price of £3.19, which is really great. This is a third-person story-driven adventure, where the graphics look like a painterly style, so it's a bit like you're in an actual painting. And this game covers the story of two soldiers who are on both sides of World War I front lines, so you get to see the war from both perspectives. This little game is one for fans of stories and historical World War fans. It's on sale pretty often though, so don't worry about missing out this sale if there's something else you want to spend your money on. Ari and the Secrets of Seasons is our next game. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £8.74, which is really good. In this action-adventure, a mysterious force has thrown the seasons of Valdi into disarray, so a young warrior, Ariel, sets out to help the four Guardian Sages by finding the source of the mayhem, by overcoming monstrous enemies and secret plots along the way. Hey, does this sound familiar? A young warrior, 4 Sages of Seasons, guarding something that they need help with. Yeah, it kind of sounds like Ocarina of Time, so if you're a fan of Zelda, you probably will like this game, I guess. In any case, it looks like a really great action-adventure, and it's definitely ripping off Zelda, which isn't a bad thing because that's a great series to rip off if you're going to rip anything off, that's for sure. So if you're a fan of action-adventures and Zelda games, then take a look at this game. I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. And if you've never played an action-adventure game before, then I would definitely recommend them, they're great. Although this game isn't that cheap, and you can get others cheaper, so maybe you want to start with a different one instead. So take a look around or subscribe, and you won't miss them when they come on sale next sale. Our next game is Assassin's Creed Origins Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 82% discount for the price of £11.33, which is pretty much as good as it gets for this game. And this edition includes the Ambush at Sea mission, Desert Cobra equipment pack, and 3 ability points as well. So you do get some extra for your money, although not as much as some games. In this action RPG, set in ancient Egypt, the story follows a Medjay named Bayek of Siwa and his wife Aya, and tells the story of a conflict with the precursors of the Assassin Brotherhood and the Order of the Ancients, who are the forerunners to the Templar Order. So it's pretty much the same old Assassins vs Templar story that you've seen in other games of the franchise, but in Egypt. So if you're a fan of Egypt and the game series, then you'll probably enjoy yourself with this game. In which case, take a look, it's a pretty good deal. But if you've never played an Assassin's Creed game before, then I would say you should probably start with the Ezio trilogy, which is phenomenal and a great deal for 3 games, so you should subscribe and you won't miss it when it comes on sale next. Bayonetta is our next game. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, but it's a remaster of an older game really, and it's on a 60% discount for the price of £7.99, which isn't bad. This is a third-person action game, following the tantalizing Umbra witch risen from the depths after half a millennium of slumber. Thrust immediately into battle and missing her memories, she must vanquish her enemies to piece together the truth of her past. This is a cult classic, and it's a bit of a legendary game for the action. You get to shoot and cut your way through a load of levels with a huge combo system, big bosses, and just crazy over-the-top action. You'll get the idea if you see a trailer, but in general, it's a great action game, and if you like any of what I've talked about, then you might just want to take a look at it. Next up is my Star by Devil May Cry HD Collection. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, but they're remasters of much older games really. And it's on a 67% discount for the price of £8.24, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal for 3 AAA games. As this collection includes Devil May Cry 1, 2 and 3 special editions, all remastered in full HD 1080p at 60 FPS. So you're getting the best versions of the games ever made. In these third-person action games, you get to play as Dante, the half-demon devil hunter, to combo your way through levels, slashing and shooting enemies and battling giant bosses to build up huge point scores. They're amazing action-adventure games that were legendary when they came out back on PS2. So if you're a fan of skill-based action games that really reward how good you are at the game, being able to rack up massive combo scores to get better level ratings, then you'll really enjoy this game. These games are very unique and different, and they just don't make them like this anymore. Like I said, if you're a fan of action games, at least take a look at them. You'll probably really enjoy yourself if you play them. And if you've never played games like this before, which is likely because they're very different and unique, then I'm not sure if I'd recommend it because it's 3 full games, so if you don't like them, you're stuck with a lot of games you're not going to play. But hey, if you really like the sound of it, or you check it out and you like the look of them, they're worth it for this price, so you might want to take a risk anyway. They're my star buy, so why not check them out? Dirt Rally PS Plus PlayStation VR Bundle is our next game. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £4.99, which is really great. Especially for a game that's fully playable in VR, that's a really good price. This bundle includes the Dirt Rally game, the VR DLC unlock, and the Ford Mini and Rallycross add-on packs as well. So like I said, it allows you to play the whole game in VR, and add some extra cars and stuff for you to use as well, which is great. In this rally game, you get to race across snow, ice, tarmac and dirt, in or out of full VR. It includes officially licensed World Rallycross content, and it features local 2-player co-op and 8-player online multiplayer as well, although I don't know if that's active anymore. This is from a really great series of rally games, and I usually wouldn't recommend the first one, but this one is the only one that's fully playable in VR, so if you have a PSVR headset, this is a great game. I own it myself, and I was enjoying myself looking out the window so much that I went right off a cliff and rolled it down a hill, which was an experience in VR. But hey, it's great. If you have a PSVR headset, definitely take a look at it at least. You'll really enjoy it, I promise, especially if you love rally games. And hey, if you've never played a rally game before, then like I said, I'm not sure I'd recommend this because it's the first one. You can get the others at good deals as well, so subscribe instead, and you won't miss them when they come on sale. We have a farming sim next, Doraemon Story of Seasons. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £6.99, which is really good. This game is a farming simulator, and it's basically a clone of Harvest Moon, but Doraemon themed. You get to manage a derelict farm, clearing it up, upgrading it, farming crops, rearing animals, fishing, cooking, and much more. The only thing I think that's missing compared to a normal Harvest Moon game is that there's no relationship system. So if that's a deal breaker for you, then stay away from this game. But hey, if you like Harvest Moon games, they don't really make them anymore, so if you've played Stardew Valley and you're bored of that, then this is a really good alternative for you. It looks awesome. I'm a fan of Harvest Moon myself. Definitely check it out. Even if you've never played games like this before, you might just find a new genre that you love. Just beware that these games are very chill and take a lot of time to play, so if you're an action fiend, you won't enjoy them. I really love the next game, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, but it's a remaster of an older game really, and it's on a 65% discount for the price of £6.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. As this edition is remastered in full HD and includes all of the DLC as well, so you're getting the complete game for this price, which is great. In this action RPG, you play as the Arisen, the prophesized warrior who is predicted to face and slay a dragon to stop the coming apocalypse. It features a huge open world to explore, with 9 character classes to choose from and 3 AI companions to journey with, while utilizing devastating skills and magic to combat the numerous enemies and monsters. This game is really highly reviewed and thought of, and I'm dying to play it myself. I love Dragon Age, except the second game because that one sucked, but in my mind this is the next best thing, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So if you're into fantasy RPGs, you should definitely take a look at this at some point, especially at this price. Grip is our next game. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £6.99, which isn't bad. In this racing game, you get to harness gravity-defying physics and an arsenal of weapons as you race on tracks throughout the cosmos. It features 30 cars, 29 tracks across 4 planets, 9 power-ups and weapons, offline 4-player split screen, and online 10-player multiplayer as well. Although I'm not sure how active that will be these days. In any case, this looks like a really cool futuristic arcade racer, so if you're a fan of racing games with combat in them, then you'll probably enjoy this game. And if you've never played this sort of game before, it's basically a more serious Mario Kart really. So if you like the sound of that, why not check it out? Although there are a few games like that around these days, so you could take a look around as well if you wanted to. You'll have plenty of choices. Locke's Quest is our next game. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on at least a 70% discount for the price of £4.79 or £3.19 with PS Plus, which is a really great deal. In this tower defense RPG, you get to experience a story mode set across 75 days of warfare as you place units, turrets, traps and other defenses to fight back the waves of enemies while fighting alongside them yourself. And it also features an endless mode as well, which is great for replayability. If you're a fan of tower defense games like me, this will be very intriguing for you, because it's a tower defense that's a bit different, with RPG elements and a character you get to control directly yourself. It's a bit different, and a nice spin on the genre. So if you like the sound of that, why not check it out? It looks really great. And if you've never played a tower defense game before, then this looks like a really different and unique one. So if you try it, it's not the norm, but hey, if you have a great time, it might open your eyes to more tower defense games in the future. So why not take a look? You might really enjoy it. Our next game is One Piece Worldseeker Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the price of £11.69, which isn't bad, especially for an anime game, as this edition includes 3 episode packs and bonus items as well, so you do get a lot of extra content for your money, which is good. This is an action-adventure game, where you join Luffy on an action-packed adventure to a never-before-seen island. It features an original story by Eiichiro Oda, full of twists and turns, dynamic gum-gum fruit-infused action, and battles with familiar enemies from the series. So if you're a fan of One Piece, and you like the idea of an action-adventure star in the cast, you'll love this game and get a lot out of it. But if you're not a fan of One Piece, then you might want to take a look at this, but there's definitely other options for you to consider as well. Old school survival horror next, Resident Evil 0. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really great, as this edition is remastered with full HD graphics, modern controls, widescreen support, 5.1 surround sound and more. This prequel tells the terrifying story behind the mansion incident that started this legendary series. It was originally a GameCube exclusive, which is a shame because that means a lot of people didn't play it, and it's a really great game. So if you're a fan of the old Resident Evil games and you never got to play this one, or if you've played the modern remasters of Resident Evil 1 and 2, and you want to know what the story behind that was, then pick this up and give it a go. I'm sure you'll have a great time and really enjoy it. And if you've never played a Resident Evil game before, then this is a really great place to start because it's the prequel to the first game, so you're literally starting at the beginning. Definitely worth looking at if you like survival horror games, or just horror games in general. They're a legendary series for a reason. Well worth checking out. They're all quality, they really are. Shenmue III is our next game. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £4.99, which is pretty good. In this open world game, Ryo Hazuki, while seeking to solve mystery behind the Phoenix Mirror artifact, journeys to an immersive representation of rural China, full of activities and beautiful landscapes. It features arcades, combat upgrades, gambling, jobs, and more. The first 2 games of this were a legendary series, but they haven't been around in forever, and this was a huge game when it came out. Everybody was dying to see what it was going to be like, and I'm pretty sure it didn't live up to the hype. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game, it just means it's not as good as people thought it was going to be. So if you're a fan of open world RPG sort of games, you might want to take a look at this. It may not be the best game these days, but it's from a legendary series, and you might really enjoy what you can get from it. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, then I probably wouldn't recommend it, because the originals are pretty jank these days, and they didn't really modernize a lot of the gameplay mechanics for this. So if you're a fan of the originals, you'll really enjoy it, but if you're not, I can't recommend it for new people. But hey, if you want to take a chance, why not? Take a look at it yourself and make up your own mind. And the last game I have for you is the Bioware Bundle. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £9.99, which is really great, as this bundle includes Mass Effect Andromeda Deluxe Recruit Edition and Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition. So you're getting 2 great AAA RPG games and all of their DLC and content included, which is a phenomenal deal and a great bundle. In Andromeda, you play the Pathfinder, leading a ship on a 634-year journey to the unexplored Andromeda galaxy, looking for a new home for humanity while dealing with hostile aliens and mysterious synthetic intelligences. And Inquisition includes 3 full expansions and all of the Deluxe Edition content as well, which is great. In Inquisition, you get to create your own unique character and become the Inquisitor, the leader who must rally people to the fight against demons spilling forth from the Breach, which is threatening the world of Thedas. Both of these series are legendary RPG series, and they're some of the best RPGs that were made. Andromeda may be the worst of the series, but it's not a bad RPG now that they've fixed it since launch. And Inquisition may not be the worst Dragon Age game, but it's not the best either. Although it is really good, I've played it and completed it myself, and only Origins is better. The bottom line here is you're getting two AAA really good games with a load of content at a really good price. And if you're interested in buying either of them, buy the bundle instead, because it's almost the same price and you get the other game with it, which is a great deal. It really is. So if you're a fan of these series and you don't own them, then why not pick them up? And if you've never played either of these series before, or a modern RPG from the West, then you might want to take a look at this, because you don't need to have played the other games to enjoy these games, and they're two really good games in a really good bundle. So why not take a look if you like what I've said? And that's all the games I have for you for the Games Under £15 PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it, or should some other game have got it instead? Let me know in the comments and we can argue about it later. In any case, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Heil Vaur.